Yo, what's up again? Old school law. I am Dantron 69K back with another hot group, and I do mean sexy. This is some of you that have seen this before, you're definitely going to see some of these familiar faces here, but I'm going to first start off by introducing my co-pilot, Wolfman.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Thanks for being here, buddy. Above me, we got Endgame Arcade.
We're in the end game now.
Dude, how long do we have to be in the end game? That's what I have to ask, because it's been like a year now. Like, is this like the end game, or are we like just in the beginning of the end game? I just want to know.
We'll find out soon.
All right. And then again, off to my left in the dessert position today, Winbush.
What up? What up?
Hey, thanks for being here, all of you. This is great. Hey, I am super excited about this, what we're going to be talking about. And, you know, here we are. Those of you that might not have experienced an episode of Old School Law before, this is us sitting together on the virtual couch, just talking about random gaming related stuff, pop culture, whatever we feel like doing. So, Wolfman, outside of that, why are we here?
Well, I could tell you I am god darn excited for today. I mean, this has been in the making for a year and change. This was one of the first topics that Dantron and I had talked about way back when, and we are finally getting an opportunity to talk about this episode, which is Peripherals, which covers a lot of ground, right? So it covers consoles and handhelds, and I think we said we're going to exclude PC peripherals on this episode. I think
we're gonna do all of it. If it's gaming related, we're gonna do it, Wolfman.
Well, holy crap! It's the whole Monty tonight.
The whole that no pants, exactly.
All
no
right.
pants on this one. No guardrails. You know, within reason, but pretty much we're all gamers. We know what's up. So if it's gaming related, if it's a peripheral for some sort of, I don't care if it's PC, I don't care if it's console, I don't care. So if you can talk about it and it's something cool that you got, we're just going to discuss. Sound good?
And I just want to add a quick caveat that there's no way in hell that one episode could cover all of the peripherals that we have in this panel right here. I mean, just Dantron alone, you're talking about probably a 10 to 15 episode. So we're going to have, I think, hopefully this episode goes great, and then we'll probably have probably 4 or 5 supplementals, you know, sometime in the future. So
just sprinkled in there from time to time. So,
Yep.
All right. So I think we're going to start off with roll the dice in Endgame. Endgame, why don't you start us off, brother?
Okay. So I'm not a huge fan of peripherals back in the day. I was more a controller guy. I play all my games with controllers. If I see a peripheral, it's kind of a gimmick. So one of my buddies just got his Xbox 360 next gen hardware, right? And he's like, hey, you want to come over? Sure, it's a 2-hour drive. So I'm going to come on over. He's like, hey, I picked up some other games, some PS2 games from a coworker. And I'm like, PS2? Why are we playing PS2? I'm here to play this new generation. He's like, let's just try it out, see how it goes. And the two games that he had were part of the Guitar Hero franchise. And I knew what the Guitar Hero franchise was, but I never really played it, you know, because it was pretty expensive, about $80-$90 back in the day. You got the games with it. And so I was there to play Xbox 360, and we spent almost the entire afternoon playing Guitar Hero 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2 before we ever got to the 360. And then when I got home, I had to go invest in an Xbox 360, invest in Gears of War, invest in Guitar Hero 2, invest in Guitar Hero 3. And yeah, you know, you got to have the boxes. So you got the boxes, and there's lots of boxes.
Yeah.
And even the not good games.
Oh,
But I got them anyway. When I say I got invested, I got invested in the Guitar Hero.
that's my
And
stack right there.
absolutely love the music rhythm, because when you're playing it, I can't play a real guitar, but I can play expert on this guitar. And it's one of those experiences where you play couch co-op with your friend, you're getting into it, you're starting on easy because you're all terrible at it. But once you start getting a little better, or it's a song that you know, Ozzy Osbourne comes on. Hey, I know this song. Okay, I actually have rhythm on this song. Let's try this on medium. So much fun. You and your buddy can play together. And then down the road, my friends knew that I was big into Guitar Hero. So when I got married, they wanted to get me a guy's gift. No, pots and pans for me from them. So, of course,
Yes.
the Rock Band bundle, where you get the drums, the guitar, the microphone. And we would actually have parties in our garage where we set up a big screen projector. And we had one buddy that was amazing, a beast at the drums. We had two amazing singers, so they could play all the country songs, the heavy metal songs. And then we had probably like 5 or 6 of us that would play the different guitars and bass and stuff. And it was just such a fun party atmosphere where gamers could play it and enjoy it, but also non-gamers could play it and enjoy it. And there's not too many other games that non-gamers are going to sit around and have a good time, trade in and out. And, the Guitar Hero Rock Band, totally that for me. So what do you guys think about Guitar Hero, Rock Band, Peripherals?
Woo! I love it. I love it.
Dude, I had almost the same kind of situation. Yeah, I got a huge stack Rock Band, all of them. So, but I had the same situation where it was like, I would see people playing. I'm like, nah, I don't, just walk past it. Not a big deal. And then I went over to a buddy's house and he had it on PS2. And yeah, we ended up playing it for like 3 hours straight. My hand was cramping, it was hurting, but it was so much fun that I kept going. And then I went and purchased 2 full Guitar Hero sets because they didn't individually sell the guitars at that point. You had to buy 2 full Guitar Hero sets. So I had like an extra like sealed copy of the game and all that kind of stuff just so I could have 2 guitars. And yeah, and I didn't look back. My daughters, they loved playing. I have pictures of them like 2 to 4 years old holding guitars and playing it with me. And I got an actual like mic stand so I could put the mic, and I would play guitar and sing at the same time. Dude, it was so much fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time, dude. It was a good time. How about you, Winbush? Oh, look at this.
I played it a few times. I had a friend, actually a group of friends that were really into karaoke back in the day, right? And so like they had Rock Band, and that was almost like karaoke on steroids. So I remember going over to the house and seeing it for the first time, and they pulled it out and they're just like, oh, we're going to do karaoke. But then they pull out the drums, they pull out guitars, and I'm just like, what is this? And then at first I'm like, that's kind of lame, right? Like plastic instruments. But by the end of the night, we were jamming out like the entire time. And like in-game was saying, like even people that aren't in the games can still play it, because some of the girls that were there, they would get up and start singing, and it's like everybody was able to get in on the fun. So it's a really dope time, the time that I spent with it.
Dude.
Yeah.
End game. You see all the guitars he's pulling. He got like 6 guitars there. He's got like all the boxes. So I thought that I was big in like Resident Evil, where I have like just everything Resident Evil, but I know you're that way too. And now you just blew me away with the Rock Band peripherals. Like you have more guitars and more variety of guitars than I do. And I got freaking 4. One of them's actually the bass guitar, like the one that's bigger, like specific bass. And yeah, dude, I just love it. I'm a peripheral whore. You guys know that. I just love seeing all that stuff because it is. They don't make that stuff anymore, right? So it's more like a piece of history, and it's cool that it still works and stuff, and you can work on them and fix them and stuff too. But I love Rock Band.
So
well, and real quick before you, Wolf, another great thing is like that Rock Band or Rock Band 2 incorporated online play. So then we didn't have to all get together once we were in college, all separated across the US. We could all play online together. And then the DLC overall was affordable. It was like $2 a song. So it wasn't, like, sure, if you build up your library, it's going to be expensive, but then you get to play all the games. And like when we would have our garage parties, like I would buy songs that I had no interest in, but I knew the party would. And then when you're jamming out with your friends, all of a sudden now you enjoy the song that you wouldn't have bought otherwise,
What were you going to say, Winbush?
No, I was going to ask Endgame. So did you ever play the one where you actually used the road guitar? Was it by a Gibson or a Fender? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Rocksmith? No.
Rocksmith, yeah. So is that like the same thing, or because I've seen it, but I wasn't sure.
No.
Actually, okay.
No, that's different. And I actually have some friends that can play real guitar, and they didn't really like the playing the guitar, so they would do the singing. They're like, I can do this. I can't do this fake guitar playing because the rhythm didn't make sense to them, when they were playing it. But for me, I don't know. To me, it made sense. But I knew the song great, and if not, there were songs that I didn't like, but they were fun to play. So I would play these songs that I didn't even like because they were just so fun to play, like your, hands going back and forth on the guitar.
Yeah, Rocksmith, I know that, like, I've heard at least from some of my friends, they enjoy, if they play guitar, they enjoy Rocksmith. And actually, you can learn to play guitar you doing
Yes.
Rocksmith too.
Yep.
So that one's pretty cool, but it didn't have the pull that Guitar Hero and Rock Band did, because if Rock Band and Guitar Hero is really just, you have to be pressing a button at a certain time and strum on time. That's
Yep.
it. So
Yep.
anybody can do button presses for the most part. Just that's all
Mhm.
it is. And yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right, Wolfman, I think you're up.
All right. So I guess just my little 2 cents. I love the Guitar Hero franchise because for somebody like myself that's not musically inclined at all, I mean, the only instrument I've been playing my whole life was the male organ. And now all of a sudden, I can get on a guitar and I can rock away. And it is just fantastic. And I loved playing with my family. And just like you said, Endgame, I loved all the games that came out. Like there was an Aerosmith game. It was just Aerosmith songs and Metallica. And I think I have a Beatles one. And it just is
There's an
just a
80s,
fantastic
the
franchise.
80s one too. Yeah.
Oh, geez. 80s is my favorite. Awesome. So I got 2 things I just want to show real quick and play off of what Endgame showed because he didn't show these 2 things. This is an interesting little piece right here. So this is, unfortunately, this is sealed, so I can't take it out and show you, but this is, you could see it's kind of like God damn it. Oh, God. So you could see the piece up here. It only has 4 colors, whereas the guitars had 5. So it was a little easier. You hooked it up to your DS. It came with 2 games, a ton of songs, and you could play Guitar Hero on your handheld. So I thought that was really cool. I saw this and I'm like, geez, I got to have it. But I can't tell you how it plays because, like I said, it's sealed. So that's that. And then,
You got to buy one that's not sealed then.
yeah, one of my
Yeah.
favorites. What is
I
going on?
disappeared. Say,
I feel like I'm glitching out in the matrix.
I got you, Wolf. I got you, Wolf.
There you
Okay.
are. Yeah, the DJ Hero. Oh, we got the 360 and the PS2 version. Look at you.
Yeah. So this is awesome because the peripheral that came in the box with the game and the dongle, you felt like a DJ. You were hitting buttons, you were scratching, you were playing along with the songs. It was just so much fun, and I'm afraid that I don't think it did really well. I could be wrong. I mean, Endgame, you can chime in.
There's 2 of them.
I just don't think it did great compared
No.
to the Guitar Hero franchise, which is a shame because I loved it. It was just a different type of play and a different type of feel, but it was just a ball. I love the DJ Hero.
Can we see the songs?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take this goddamn thing off this background because I think it's glitching. And I don't
Yeah,
know
and
how-
like Wolf, what they would do is like they would mix 2 songs together. So like this says like
Yep.
Jay-Z and Eminem. So it'd have
Yep.
2 popular songs, and then you as the DJ would switch between the 2 and stuff like that.
Amazing.
I enjoyed it, but I wasn't as good at this. I was not near as good at this, so I never played as much. But it's definitely a really cool idea, and they did it really well for what they were going for. It's like a really well built instrument.
It is so cool. And I think I got mine. I think I went to Ollie's and I bought it new. It was like on sale for like $10 or something. It was something
wow.
ridiculous. They were blowing them out at
Yep.
the time because it was like at the end of its cycle.
I remember I will tell you, within the past a couple years, I almost bought one of those, and I've never played the game only because peripheral horror. I wanted the deed, so I had to push that one away. It's still on my list, but I mean, so I've never played it, but I mean, it sounds awesome.
Oh, it's definitely, if I see one, I'll pick one up for you. I do see them in the wild, and I could probably get you one pretty cheap. It'll probably cost more to ship it to you
Oh, I
where
guarantee
you
it
live
will.
than what it'll cost me to buy it for you.
Dude, I was sending all those winners gifts out and stuff. I sent out 6 small packages with those games. Ended up costing me like $90.
No way.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness, you serious?
Yeah.
There we go. That'll be
Yeah.
better. Now I'm not going to blow her out.
All right. Well, Winbush, show us what you got.
Yeah, maybe I'll keep the music train going.
There we go.
This was going to be on my extra ones, but I do got the
Yes.
taiko drum set down here.
Nice.
So I got the taiko drum, I got the drumsticks, and fun story with this one. I bought this when I was in Tokyo a couple of months ago. So guess how much I got this one for?
$10.
$1 million.
$3. I got it for
Whoa.
$3.
And that's a
with the
nice one
drumstick.
too. That one's different than mine. Hang on, give me a second. I'll show you.
Yeah, so this one is the one for the Wii. And so the cool thing about it though, like I was just digging around because in Tokyo they have like everything is secondhand, right? So you could just go through the bins and they have the junk bins. And I found this adapter just randomly. So it hooks the Wii up to a PC. So it's a Wii to PC adapter. So I can actually use this on my arcade unit back there. So I bought Taiko Drum
Nice.
on Steam and it still works 1-to-1. So it's like I could play it on a Wii or on PC, which I thought was pretty dope. So for literally like $8, I got the full taiko drum setup, which is pretty dope. I mean, this
Damn.
is like probably my favorite rhythm game, even though half the songs I don't know what they are because it's a lot of Japanese songs on there, but it's fun just because it's like I was never good at Guitar Hero because it's too many buttons, but I could definitely bang the hell out of that drum. It's just like 2 notes and you're just banging it, and yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Is there just the one game, or is there multiple games?
There's multiple games because they're on every system, but it recently came to Steam. I want to say like a year or two ago. And so it's kind of like a hodgepodge of like all the popular songs on the Steam edition, so you can play it on
Okay.
PC there. But
So I noticed that yours looks different than mine because I
Yeah.
like the way that yours looks on the side. How it actually looks like the
Yeah.
legit drum, where mine's just like flat.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
it's actually in it's kind of like in 3 different pieces. So this could come apart. That's how I got it into the suitcase. So you could like slide it off, and then the center piece is separate. So you can actually like pack it away and put it away pretty
Yeah,
easily.
I think this one kind of unsnaps too, but I just think that yours looks cooler. I mean, mine has these cool little black marks on it, but
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
you
Your
got the
stand,
rivets that kind of makes it a little bit more authentic. This one definitely
Right.
looks like a toy, you know.
nah. I don't know. They're both good in their own right. I like
I mean, the only thing I wish was that I wish they sold the big ones. Like if you actually go to the arcade, you know, like
Oh
the
yeah.
actual taiko drums. Like
Oh,
I was looking
Mhm.
for those everywhere, but they don't
those
make
are
them for.
those are huge.
And
Yep.
that's what I need though. Like if you want to bang on a drum, you got to bang on a drum.
Well,
Like
and you know, I'm just imagining that you can probably find an older taiko, like if you got to be just right, but finding an older
yeah,
taiko arcade machine that's maybe down or something and just pick up, because I mean it's just wired in. I mean it's wiring. You can wire it up.
yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm weird like that. I would do something like that all day,
Nice.
every day.
I've seen somebody 3D printer on like it's not 1-to-1, but they 3D print it like a decent sized one, and then they use some type of circuit board to like get the pressure points to hit and everything. But that's a little bit deeper than I want to get
Yeah,
into.
some kind of an Arduino board for it.
Yeah.
The
Cool.
arcade's awesome, by the way. Like there's one by me. They have a full Tyco arcade. It's called A Game Is Afoot. So if any of you ever come and visit me in PA, I'll take you there. And my kids love that. I mean, it's just so much fun.
It
I-
is.
Well, when I did my short, that's what I said about Taiko Drum Master. Is a lot of times people look at it and they go, nah, but then I go, just try it. And they try and they go, dude, that's fun. That's really, really fun. Because, and half of the fun it is not just the person playing, they have a good time, but everybody watching too, because they look like such an idiot doing it. You just have to be okay with it. So everybody has a good time. The song, even if you don't know what they're singing about, you get into it because they all got a good beat. And I have 2 of them. I think I told you I have one factory sealed still, and then I have this one. So, because I was like, I'm gonna play with both drums. Yeah, didn't quite make it to both drums being on at the same time, but
I mean, there's people serious
yeah.
about the taiko drum stuff. Like when I was visiting the Namco Bandai arcade, they had a whole floor that was dedicated to it. And there's literally people there with like their own custom like drum gloves, and they had their own drumsticks, like custom ones.
Wow.
And they're playing on like expert mode and they're going to town. I'm just like, man, this is crazy. But yeah, there's some people that are like, it's like a hardcore underground scene. It's pretty nuts.
I like it. Like I said, next time you go to Japan, Winbush, I'm coming. Cause dude, we would burn that place down as far as video games go.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All
that's a
right.
dream.
That's awesome.
Oh, that is sweet. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get my big one out of the way just because that's how I roll. So those of you that know me know that I love me some peripherals, and I already said that. But the first one I'm going to show is probably my favorite peripheral. It is a little bit on the spendier side, but I don't care, and that's why I have two of them. And it goes along with these. Those that know.
I was waiting for it.
Steel Battalion. Before I show the peripheral, this is the greatest, like, legit at-home tank simulator that you'll ever play. This controller, you're about to freak out. This controller, let me grab it, is 2.5 feet long, has over 40 buttons on it and switches. It's like a boombox, right?
That's massive.
And this is a little bit bigger because I have a special chair that I built, and I have these brackets that I built in wood underneath it to lock it in place. But this is the controller.
It looks like you need 3 people to operate that thing.
Yeah, really.
So it's freaking awesome, dude. I love this controller so much. And what you're not seeing here is it has 3 foot pedals as well for sidestepping, brakes, and gas. There's a gear shifter. Hang on, let me see if I can rotate this without dropping it. So you got a gear shifter right here. And dude, one of the greatest experiences I've ever had online has been was playing this game online with my buddies. Because what it is you're in a vertical tank. So basically it's a walking, talking robot. And basically you can, like, I'll just give you an example. If you can listen, because the sound was freaking great. And if you're in an indoor map, you could actually hear other vertical tanks walking down hallways, and you go, dude, they're coming right back here. But the screens were never, some of the screens were in color, but it was always kind of grainy because it's a screen. You're not looking out of a window, right? So it's like a digital screen that they would all have. And some of the bigger first, second, third gens, the third gens would have like a color screen that was really, really beautiful. But most of the time people were rolling first and second gens, which had kind of more grainy CRT kind of look to them. So what you would do is you would hide, and you would hear them coming, and you would turn off all your toggle switches, which is like oxygen.
That's cool.
Like air filter, VT location services. You toggle them all off, right? And then when they would pass over the top of you with their cursor, it wouldn't highlight you. Otherwise, if you're up and running, it would highlight your signature, and they'd be able to lock on you. But so you're constantly moving and you're scanning the horizon because you can't really see super detailed. It looks beautiful, but you can't. You're looking for that toggle on, and they will go right past you, and then you go toggle everything on, and you power up, and they're like, oh shoot, and you're like chasing them down. Dude, it was so much fun, but this is one of those hard games, because if you toggled off for too long, you will suffocate inside of your VT. And this is a permadeath game, meaning you die and you don't eject, your entire character is dead, never to come back. So you could work up from private all the way up to, I think I died one time at like I think I was a warrant officer 2 or something like that. So I was pretty high ranking. I'm higher now, like general or something, but you don't hit the eject button fast enough. You see the blood splatter on your screen, you're done. Game over. Like, and then forever when you're playing the game, it shows that character with that character's stats, and it says KIA on it forever. Like, it just the way it is. But here's another thing too. So a cool part about this controller, I'm spending too much time on this one, but I don't care because this controller is freaking dope. Check it out. I decided to get my second one out too, because it's I have them both CIB, but I wanted you guys to actually see what it looked like. So
that's awesome.
This is
like an ammo crate.
It is like an ammo crate. Yep.
And it's heavy as hell.
Yes, I hear you struggling. How heavy?
How much did that thing cost back in the day?
$299. I think $299 is when it started. No, it was $199. I think it was $200. But
jeez.
But yeah, like this is cool. Like it even has like the Capcom sticker still on it. I mean, I opened this one too because I played with them both. But yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff inside here that came in there. To weight wise, it's a little more awkward than anything. It's probably 20 pounds maybe.
Right.
Maybe 20 pounds.
Well, and it sounds like very immersive. That kind of like Guitar Hero in a way where if you play with a controller, like Guitar Hero or that game, sure, you technically can play it, but it's not the same level of immersion and you have to be kind of dedicated to play it.
Now, is that console only? Did they ever release that on PC at all?
Nope. So
Never.
you can fire up emulation. It will run, but the emulators don't support 40 button controllers. So the only way you're playing it is on an OG Xbox, original hardware. But it's something special. Like Wolfman has it, and he hasn't even played with me yet. But he'll tell you he's played some single player, and it is something. You play it and you're like, dude, this is freaking awesome, because it's unlike any gaming experience at home that you've ever had.
It's probably the single greatest peripheral, and I understand why Dantron showed that. I've never in my life seen anything like this, and it's actually so big that I've been meaning to set it up, and we have kind of like a small, I can't explain it, but our living room's kind of small. So I have to find, maybe in the summer or something, I'll have to set it up for a week or something, because my wife won't let me keep it. Obviously, there's no way in hell I'd be divorced. But just to play it and try it and play for a couple days, maybe she'll let me do that. But it's just, we don't have room for that. I'm already in trouble. I have crap hooked up to every TV in the house. So.
Well, the best thing about this too, anybody that's watching this, if you ever wanted to get into this, there is a very, very active group. I'm still talking probably like hundreds of players that still play online together. So, and I've played online with some of my buddies. I know there's out of us, I know there's at least 4 of us that have a Steel Battalion setup. I've run with 2 of my other buddies. Wolfman missed out with us. Sorry, man, we missed you. But I know I have 4 people that I know that have it that I've played with. Well, not Wolfman, but you know what I'm saying. Yep, Horton and Tripp and myself. Yep. And then but there's a huge community. But the problem is to play, they play at a certain amount of time, a certain time, and it's like Saturdays and stuff like that, which is fine. I just got to plan around it. But I haven't made that a priority.
And did you say that's on 360?
No, OG Xbox.
Oh, so it's not backwards. Can you play it on the Series X or anything? Is it backwards compat? No.
Jeez. No, and yeah, it is not. So that's one of the things that's still locked onto the OG Xbox. But I love Xbox, and I love this game, and it's one of the reasons why I still have 3 regular Xboxes. I'm just gonna straight up tell you, it's amazing. So anyways, that's enough talking about Steel Battalion controller. I dig it, and it's probably my favorite one that I have, and I got some weird ones, but this is definitely the coolest one.
Yeah, I remember when we went to, what was it, the Georgia convention, they had it set up in the back corner, and there was a bunch of people around it playing it.
Yeah, I think they only had, did they have 3 set up?
3.
I can't remember, but I just remember there was like a huddle of people back there.
So at certain times, because this is it's still very, very active. Like you can have 5v5, so you can have 10 linked, and that's usually what will happen on certain events around the country. They'll get together and have 10 linked units, and you'll just have freaking 10 tanks rolling around just shooting each other. I got to tell you a quick story, last one real quick. I was walking around, and I was like at Southern Fried, and Scantron and I were walking around, and I'm like, ooh, Scan, there's Steel Battalion right there. So, oh shoot, let's go check that out. And so we're walking over there, we're looking, and then as soon as we started approaching, one of the guys like turned, and if Scan tells you the story, he was like, he could smell the nerd on you. And I was like, oh, all right, because he immediately started talking to me about it. And then it was like, we talked for like 2 minutes, and then I saw the corner of my eye, Scantron going like this and starting to walk away. And I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you later. And he was like, dude, I couldn't take anymore. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Because we started nerding out about it. Because Steel Battalion, it's crazy. Like people get way down deep into it, like different loadouts, like what's the best loadout. This one you're going to be a little bit of stabilizer over, so it's going to tip over easier, so you got to be really careful. Are you going to take an extra tank or not? It's going to make it heavier. You're going to be having enough fuel. It's very in depth, and that's one of the things that makes it awesome too. So all right, I'm done. All right. Yep.
That was good.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
End game. You're back up.
Okay. So again, it takes a lot for me to get invested in these peripherals, but once you get me in, I get absorbed, and it's game over after that. So my daughters were playing a game. They were young, 4 or 5, I can't remember how old they were, and they wanted to play this game with me. and I was like, this looks pretty gimmicky. And you have a portal for a game that was called Skylanders, right?
All right.
Yes.
So what this game does, super gimmicky. They're kids. They're like, Dad, we can have a toy and we can have something for our video game, right? So you buy this, Spyro the Dragon character, and then you put them on the portal, and then the character comes to life in the video game, right? And I was like, yeah, this is going to get expensive. But luckily, we were getting into it kind of towards the end of it, where Toys R Us was clearancing a lot of it out. So then it was all of a sudden like, oh, $2 a figure, you get these toys with it. That's kind of cool because they have lots of games. They have the Swap Force. They have the Trap Team. They have the Superchargers. And they have the Imaginators. And what's kind of cool about them is each of them are a little bit different. So like some of them have little Swap Force where you can take the characters off and you can put a different character onto it. Again, gimmicky, but when you put this character into the game, it has 2 different powers and you can level up the character and play through it. And then like you get some different games where they bring in characters from like different games, like Bowser's on one of them, and you get his vehicle. And basically, it's like all of a sudden turns into a Mario Kart game where now you're racing with the characters, and you can swap it. Where, hey, I got Donkey Kong, and I'm gonna have him in the clown car, and you can race it. Really cool stuff for a kid's game because, like nowadays, it's all microtransactions. It's all just digital, and once they decide to kill a game, all of your stuff's lost. All your progress and everything that you paid for is lost. Whereas these games, you could actually purchase it. And you have a toy, a collectible figure you can put on your shelf, but then you also have the game. Oh, and one other cool thing too, Dantron. Oh man, you have a nice little tote there. These are traps. I don't know if you're familiar with the traps.
Trap Force.
So basically what you do is it's kind of like Ghostbusters. You beat a boss, you put this into the portal, and then all of a sudden you lock the boss, and now you can play as the boss characters in the game. So basically, you have your portal with your trap, you lock it in there, and now that boss character is stuck in here. So anytime you want to play as that boss character, you just put him on there, and now you can play as that character in the game. Really cool game. The peripheral is really neat. If it didn't have the gimmicky toys and the portals and stuff, the game's probably a throwaway game because the gameplay is pretty basic and everything. But when you add everything in, it's a really fun local co-op game that you can play with your kids. And they also have some cool figurines that they can collect and play with if they want.
Dude, it's just amiibos. That's really what it is. These are just like pre-amiibos. Like there's so
The difference though is you can actually play as the characters and level them up, and they have like different powers and stuff.
And like these were maps. Like you could put these on there and it would unlock
Yep.
like a different map and stuff. So
Amiibos suck. The Amiibos don't do anything.
yeah,
They're
these,
a waste.
I mean, and some of these are like really cool because they're like metallic-y looking and stuff. It just kind of depends.
I have that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
And yeah, like Spyro. Everybody knows Spyro. But yeah, dude, I know what you're talking about. These are freaking dope. I haven't pulled these things out in a while. Wow.
And like any good thing that makes money, like I said, the company's going to run it into the ground. But it was cool when it existed. And it was a cool way to play something with your kids and have new content coming out with it.
Yeah, and there's like lots of like different versions, and then you got like assist characters, like little tiny assist characters that can roll on there with you and stuff. But dude, I totally, and like these are like limited edition ones, like these special colors, and they give you like different abilities and stuff. It was just it was really cool, dude. Now I'm looking at these and I'm like, oh dude, I remember playing this. Was so much fun.
I'm embarrassed to say that I have them all but 6.
Yes.
For every single series. We just went ham on it. My kids loved it. And they picked them up. They had them in droves at flea markets. Giant buckets that you could look through. And
it was like $1 a piece or something.
Oh, less than that. Some people were like 12 for 10. Like just like it was just you were just picking up stuff like it mad. I loved it.
And in the game, like obviously it's like predatory in a way because they'll gate like things behind, oh, you need an earth character to unlock this, and you need a fire character to unlock this. So yeah, if you only have one character, you can't do most of the content in the game. You can still beat the game, but you can't do any of the really cool stuff.
Right.
But once you invest in the characters, now all of a sudden it's really rewarding when you get to that area and you're like, oh, Dad, I have the fire character. Let's go get him and put him on there and put him on the portal. And sometimes they would light up on the portal and stuff like that. And again, gimmicky, predatory, microtransaction, sure. But at the same time, it is really cool if you are into it and you do have them all and you can, 100% the game because of it.
Yeah, it was a fun thing to do with my girls too. That was the big
Yeah.
one. Like my
Yep.
girls, and then my buddy would look out for it because when they would drop them, he would be like, "Dude, there's like 3 limited edition ones we got this shipment. Do you want one?" And I would like, "Heck yeah, set it aside for me." But,
Yep.
yeah, it was. Did you ever do any of those, Winbush? Did you know about any of those Skylanders? You and your kids?
I knew about them. We never got into them, but that's around the time when I worked at Warner Brothers, right? So I was doing stuff at WB Games and TT Games. So Skylanders came up a lot because once you have something that's successful in the gaming industry, everybody's like, how do we make our version of that? So I remember you had Disney Infinity. They came out with
Yep.
the Disney one. When I was at Warner Brothers, it was at the tail end of the whole Skylander craze, so it didn't really take off, but we did the Lego one over
Yep.
there where you could build out the Legos and do it, which I mean, it was cool, but it was at the end of the Skylander craze. So it's like it
Yep.
didn't really pick up any
Dimensions, that's
traction.
right.
And
We got a
yeah,
bunch
so
of
it's
those.
like definitely familiar with it, but yeah, never really got into it.
Those are so cool, dude. Like
Yep.
gaming is so weird. Like there's so many things that come and go, but then a lot of those weird things, the nostalgia hit is real, dude.
Yeah.
Like I remember spending time with my girls talking about it and surprising them and then being all excited about this random one and just good times, dude.
Good memories. Just hearing
Yes.
it again because it's took me through a nice part of my older son's life when we were playing that together and
Cool.
finding and hunting them down, and you had a
Yes.
little poster with a checklist, the ones that
Yes.
you got, because it unfortunately or fortunately that runs in the wolf blood, the collectible thing. So all my kids are into that, so it's collecting something always.
Now, were the figures interchangeable? Like if you like I saw you had several different games, right? In game. So like if you had the collectibles from the first game, would they work on like the third game still? So you could still
So that's where the predatory comes into it. Yes, they would, which is great. However, they would always introduce a new character that would block something. Like, for example, the ones with the glowing swords, you needed them in the trap team one. Whereas the giants, these giant characters, you needed them in the giants game. So there was
Yeah.
always specific characters that gated like the top premium content that was specific to that game. However, any character that you got in the first game, you could play in all the games, but they were not backwards compatible. So like if it was the third game, I don't think you could play those characters in the first
No,
two
you
games.
The data wasn't there. It's kind of like Pokemon, right? The old school Pokemon, you can't take newer Pokemon and trade it backwards. Like if you're doing trading, you can only go forward.
Gotcha.
And like Winbush, what they would do too, I think Dan kind of touched on this, but like let's say there was a Spiral, he was in the first game, they would have a new version of Spyro in each game, but you wouldn't have to get like each of the new versions unless you were like Wolfman, where you needed all of them. Like your one Spiral works for all the games. Yeah, that came with their each own little trading card.
And then here's a trap team. They had the cards,
Yep.
and then all the abilities on there, and my kids would trade them, and like it was awesome. So many fun things to do.
And it's very simple gameplay, but it's like old school gameplay where, hey, you want to collect everything. Oh, it looks like there might be something over here, right? If I jump twice over to this new island, I think there's something over there. And then you get rewarded with something over there. So while the gameplay was very simple, it was the old school, gameplay, not like there's 1,000 icons on the map. I don't even know what to do. It's like, no, there's 5 things to do in this level. Can you find all 5 things? And then you get rewarded with new abilities or that sort of a thing.
Yep.
All these freaking cards.
You got a
dude.
stack of
Yes.
them like this.
Just a fat stack.
Fat stack.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. And then like the last one, Imaginators introduced these crystals where you could create your own Skylander. So like
Yeah.
as you play the game, you unlock all these different parts, random parts, you know, and then you can create your own Skylander and then you save them to your crystal. And then you can have like an earth one, a wind one, a water one, a fire one, and it's kind of your own, you know, Skylander that you built in the game.
They were the coolest, I thought, of the whole series. The
Yeah.
last ones.
Yes.
I think they're the ones that were missing. I think like 5 of those. Like
Okay.
we couldn't get all of that series, but I think we got all the older ones.
So
Yeah,
how
and
did-
like
how
like I was
did-
saying, like for me, I didn't need all of them. I just needed all of them that I could do all the content in each game. So like let's say
Mhm.
there's like 8 in each game or 10 in each game, but they might release 20 for the game. I just wanted one of each of the elements of the new characters so I could do everything in that game. But if
Yep.
you're like, well, if you could get all 20 and they're all, you know, you can have all the characters.
Yeah, so it was like $100 per game, or a
Hmm.
little more, because the game
Probably more.
the game was like $50, and then each of those were like between 10 to 20 bucks. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Giants were like 20, sometimes 30. I think I got one that was like a limited edition one that was like $30 when it first was released. It was crazy.
Mhm.
But a lot of these are actually still hold their value too. Like not the cheap ones or whatever, but like the good ones, they hold value. Like if you would sell your senseis like these that are in the box, like the box still, like chaos and stuff like that, these are worth some money, you know.
They are.
Nobody has them in box
definitely are.
anymore. Come on, everybody took them out.
Well, I took them out, but you can put them back in. These are resealable boxes.
That's true. That's true. Then what, Winbush? You were going to ask a question.
Oh no, just sidetrack. I say, how did Nintendo miss out on this? 'Cause it sounds like Pokemon, essentially, right? So how did Nintendo not have a Pokemon version?
They blew
They
it.
did.
Skylander?
Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not. I know what Winbush is saying. They had the IP with Pokemon that if they put out just like a Skylanders version that was just Pokemon,
Yeah,
I mean, can you imagine the money they would have made from that?
yeah. It sounds like it would just printed itself. Like even just collecting the figures. I mean, that would have been
Yep.
insane. Just
Well-
collecting
Well,
the Pokemon.
Nintendo was kind of, they were doing Disney Infinity and Amiibo. Like they didn't really know which lane they wanted to be in at the time.
Right.
I have a bunch of that stuff too, Disney Infinity stuff. My girls used to spend hours creating their own worlds and stuff.
Yep.
Mhm.
We might talk about that later if we run out of ideas.
No, I won't run out of ideas. Go, all right, Wolfman, what do you got?
Oh God, it's my turn.
Yep.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Here's an interesting thing. You know, like Dantron, I like weird stuff. I like cool stuff. So this is
Oh,
this is for the GameCube. This is a Dance Dance Revolution Mario mix, and it came with the dance pad and the game in the box, and it is it's fun. You know, I'm not going to say it's my favorite game in the world, but you know, it's Mario, and you know, it caught on to the whole Dance Dance Revolution kind of phase, and
Mhm.
it's a peripheral for GameCube. So I don't know, picked it up, but like I said, even though I love GameCube, it's one of my favorite systems. It's not something that I'm gonna put in. I don't really love the dancing games. That's not my thing. So not my lane.
that's cool that you have the full box too, like the
Yeah.
GameCube full box version. Yeah, I'm not a DDR fan too. We've talked about this before. I mean,
Yeah.
me, I danced with a lot growing up, and I don't like it's. I guess I liken it to what Endgame was talking about earlier, like people that played guitar trying to play Guitar Hero. It's not the same. Same thing with
Right.
DDR. DDR is not dancing; it's foot button pressing.
Right.
Right.
So-
Exactly.
Yep.
So
I
that
mean,
might
you gotta
be.
put your own spin into it. I've seen people get down on DDR.
I know doing the spins. I know, but it's
Holding
still,
that bar.
yeah, grab the
It's
bar
kinda
and just their
zesty.
feet are just going crazy.
Kinda zesty.
Yeah, I
Kind
know.
of you know, you watch the, you know, like the obese nerds at the mall, they would hop on the machine and I would stand there and watch them, like, and they would just pour like gravy out of their pores playing that game. And it was just it's not my thing. And like, you know, Dantron is a trained, you know, dancer and stuff. So I could see what he's saying. Like, and that's so dumb, right? That peripheral. I don't know if you saw, there's an up, a down, and a left, and a right. And like Dantron said, you know, you follow the patterns on the screen with the Mario characters, and it's just I know there's a place for people that like that stuff. I got it because I love Mario. Anything Mario I like. Plus it's on GameCube, but
Mario. I
I'm
love
not,
it.
I'm not putting that in.
My favorite thing, Wolfman, is how you say Mario as Mario. That's my favorite part. Forever.
Huh.
I will remember you like that forever, and it'll always bring a smile to my face.
Oh, well, that's great. So when I'm 6 feet under, I hope that resonates with you.
That will be
Well,
that'll be
Wolfman, that's
before
probably
me, or
that's
after
probably
me.
like if you want to stump somebody with a trivia question, what Mario games have all come out? A baseball game, a tennis game, a dance game, a golf game. Which one's fake? And everyone will be like, the dance game. They didn't make no
Yeah.
dance game. They're like, no, they actually did make a dance game.
Yeah. It's crazy, but it's not, like I said, it's not great. So, I don't recommend anybody watching this go out and, go grab that for your collection. So
That's
one
funny.
of those
Really cool
things.
to see, though.
Heck yeah. I've never seen one in real life. That's awesome. All right, Winbush.
All right, so I want to pull this one out just in case we run out of time later. So this one is gaming adjacent because I've worked in a little bit of doing game development. So this, I saw Dan with his power glove. I got this glove out. So this is a part of a motion capture suit. So for whenever you're like doing animation for characters in game, you would actually pull out an entire suit. And this is how you get like those realistic movements for your game characters and stuff like that.
That's so cool.
Even got the helmet with it as well. So this has like a little
What?
camera at the end.
That's
so you
awesome.
can do the facial recognition
Whoa.
and get all the facial animations. That's how your games look so realistic and everything. And fun fact, I did some work with Mixmaster Mike, and this is the suit that he wore. So if there's any Beastie Boy fans out there, Mixmaster Mike actually recorded like his entire last album, a whole hour's worth of music, getting motion captured in this one right here, which is pretty dope. I haven't watched it yet because I'm just like, I have a couple of them and I'm like, all right, that one's going to stay up in the
That's
closet
so
there. But
cool.
so it's like, it's not for gaming, but it's for when you're making games and stuff like that. So last year I did the Wu-Tang stuff with Method Man inside of Fortnite. We did motion capture with a similar type of outfit and stuff like that. So I thought that'd be fun to just kind of throw in there as a wild card, just because I know
And-
nobody else would have it, but
And there you go, Winbush swinging in with the best peripheral that's going to be on this whole episode.
I mean, you
Yeah.
had the power glove, so I'm like,
I
all
got
right, I gotta do-
Skylanders and you got a
Yeah.
mocap suit? What the heck?
I had to do my version.
Where are
of
those
the power
balls
glove
at? Where are
because-
like all the little balls, the ping pong balls
Light
at?
up ping
So
pong
that's the
balls.
thing. Like this one, it doesn't have. This is like maybe third generation motion capture, so it actually has a router that goes in the backside there. So the router talks to your computer via a dedicated router, and so it's like I could be anywhere out in the field. Like I use a laptop a lot, and I can have it speak directly to the computer, and the motion capture happens in real time. So actually, on my main YouTube channel, I do tutorials and stuff. So I kind of show the entire process if anybody's interested. Like I show how you could do the motion capture, and there's even ways of doing it now with just like your cell phone. Like if you use an AI, you can actually go out, film yourself doing stuff, and then you can use AI to interpret it and everything. But yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff that you could do these days with it.
That's
Nice.
so cool.
That's awesome.
Now I got to.
How do you follow that?
I know.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I wanted to
dang.
save it for last, but I'm like, I don't want to run out of time. so.
Man, dude,
Crazy. I
Winbush.
get
All right, now.
Mario.
All right,
pattern.
so I was gonna go one way, but but I'll go a different way. All right, so here we go. Winbush, you're making me pull out another one of my big guns just because.
I mean, you did still battalion, so I was like, all right, come on, I gotta.
That's
awesome.
Not right next to you. All right, so here you go. Some of you have seen this, and it definitely, if you've seen a couple of my Resident Evil playthroughs,
Ooh.
that's on the Chub Cam. It is a peripheral for this game.
Yes.
Resident Evil 4. Those of you that have not played Resident Evil 4, I know it's Wolfman's favorite, and arguably this is the best in the series. I'm not going to get into that. It is not my favorite, but it is still good. It's a lot of fun. But this
Top 25 retro game of all time.
I know.
Yeah, buddy.
But this is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, that thing is.
Wow.
And it is the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller.
Great
Kinda
timing
seen
too
that.
with Requiem coming out.
Oh my gosh! And I'm not playing Requiem using this controller.
Yeah, you are.
No,
Yeah.
all right.
Make
so,
Raiden play it with the
no,
controller.
I did play. Some of you guys know I did play through the first or the Resident Evil 4 remake all the way through it using this stinking controller.
It was
And
awesome.
oh yeah, it was awesome. Except for for me,
His
it was not.
hands were crippled.
Yeah, it was.
when he was
It
on.
came out like this, with my hands all crippled. But so
Creepy hand.
yeah, exactly. So here's what it looks like without the glare on it.
See, the
Ooh,
case is
awesome.
awesome. I never
beautiful.
saw the
Yeah,
case for it. That's
It's got,
pretty dope.
dude, it's got velvet. This is like legit velvet carpet on the bottom of it. But some of the cool things about this, it has a cord. The cord plugs in the bottom, and if you plugged it in, this is actually the start button, and you pull
That
it,
is awesome.
and it vibrates and makes a chainsaw noise. I don't know if it'll zoom in and show that it says start on that. I don't think it does, but these all of them are different too because they were all custom blood splattered. So not two of them are exactly the same.
Wow.
But there's really cool things like there's actually, if you look at it, there's like fingerprints, like bloody fingerprints on there that are painted in. But I love this controller just how it looks. I still do want the the GameCube one. It's not as desirable because it's a little harder to use. But this one with an adapter, you can hook this up to PC. I have to use Xbox 360. It's another emulator kind of thing, but they're all numbered too. So like this one, I don't know if it'll pick up the number, but
So is that the PS2 version?
this is the PS2 version.
Okay.
Yep.
It-
So
and what's great about that too is that the chainsaw guy in the village is so iconic in that game. So that's such a great like special controller, is because it completely represents like one of the best parts of the game.
Without a doubt. And that's $700 to $1,000 too. You're
Holy
talking about
cow.
for
Yeah,
a
the
controller.
it is getting ridiculous how expensive this controller is. But
How much was it when it released?
Not that much, 99, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
Yeah, but
Jeez.
see, look, there's like there's a drawer in it that like, has a specific like where the cord goes. Oh yeah, and that has
That is so cool.
the legit paperwork still. I got all that stuff, but
Yeah, you
cool.
wouldn't get something that detailed nowadays.
no, and it's all like old school stuff. So like you get like legit. See how this book looks like it's all aged and stuff.
Mhm.
That's a
So,
grail item for a peripheral.
Yeah.
It's
as
just
far as
it
I'm
is
concerned.
really cool. Winbush, I had to kind of keep up with you a little bit, but this
No,
is
that
really
blows-
just a
I mean,
cool
that's-
piece of.
Blows me out the water. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm
That's
screwed.
grail.
So
That's
It's
I'm
grail.
just skip
not-
me.
It's just fun. But this is why Wolfman and I have been wanting to talk about this episode so much. It's not about who has the best stuff and whatnot. It's a lot of people don't know about some of these.
Yeah, it
peripherals.
looks
It's like,
awesome.
dude,
Yeah.
you got to
I'd
check
never
these
seen
things
that
out.
before I saw you play it on stream. I saw you with it down, and I was like, "What the heck is like your hands were all contorted?" And I was like,
the chub
"What are you
cam.
playing?"
Yeah, it's not comfortable. Like you'd have bruises on your fingers and stuff. It's not the most comfortable controller, but it's dope. Oh yeah, and it says right at the top. I don't know if you can see that in the sticker.
Do not
It says-
try this at home.
No, it says PlayStation
Coolest
2.
controller of all time, though. That's for damn sure.
So, what consoles did I heard you say? There's a GameCube one. Is it
Yep.
PS2, GameCube, and any
That's it.
other consoles?
That's
Or
it.
just those two?
Just those
It's
two.
yellow, and I don't know if there is it's missing some things. I don't think it has the starting thing like
It
the
doesn't.
PS2
Yeah,
has. Yeah.
and it has like the GameCube controller button layout, right? So it has like kind of
Right.
a weird gray round button layout. It was they were made by what is it? Newbie Tech. So is who
Newbie,
did
yeah.
this one? They
So-
worked with them.
Resident Evil 4 came out exclusive to GameCube first. So did the GameCube controller come out when the release came, or later when
I
the
don't think
PlayStation
so.
2 version
I
came
think
out?
it came out when the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah.
came
Okay.
out. Yeah, because
Okay.
I have the actual I pre-ordered Resident Evil 4, so I actually have the GameStop like metal tin case with the preview one that I've had for ever too. So I didn't bring that down because I didn't really need it. But
That's actually pretty cool. They released it when it later came out on PS2, but they're like, hey, we want to reward our fans that have the GameCube version. We're going to make something for them. That's awesome.
GameCube sold a lot less, of course, because again,
Right.
most people they were getting it for PS2 at that point. But then that's why that one actually, I want to say that one's more. No, I think it's a little less expensive, but it's more rare, which is a weird combination. But
Yeah.
it's not as desirable as the orange because the other one, being yellow and stuff. So all right, there you go. I'm done.
That's
Not
awesome.
them.
So cool. I've been trying to get one for a long time, and it's almost at the point where it is, and we talk about this word a lot on these shows, cost prohibitive.
Yep.
The guy had a what's it called? Like where you can make an offer. I think he had it like $7.99 or something. And I put an offer which I thought was fair. I was like $6.50, and I thought I didn't even want to pay that. And he's like, "No, dude."
Yeah,
He
I don't.
countered back. It was like I think it was like 7.20, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm out on this."
Yeah, I could. So that's another thing too. Like, this is not just like a we're not bragging about this stuff. We're just showing you cool stuff
Right.
that's like being lost to history. And
Yep.
it's not
Yep.
about like really who has the best stuff, who has this and that. That's not it at
No,
all.
not at all.
It's like you might not have ever seen one of these, or you might have only seen it in
Yeah.
pictures and stuff. So, but I really like that controller. But again, I wouldn't be able to afford it nowadays. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to, buy another Neo Geo AS, buy another one of these controllers, afford another CIB Steel Battalion. They're just, it's not that they're not available, because you can still find this stuff, but you're paying an extreme premium price for some of this stuff because it is so rare. And the longer that it goes, the more and more rare they become. And it's not because they get bought up by collectors, it's because the ones that are being held in your grandma's attic, they get found, but then
Yeah.
they're collected by somebody else. So the
Yep.
market is always going to be there for these types of peripherals.
I mean, even like the Guitar Hero, they made tons and tons and tons of those. You couldn't give those away at one point once the music rhythm genre was dead. But now all of a sudden those prices are creeping up on those, even though there's third party ones still being made brand new. If you want the OG stuff, you're still going to pay more than what you think you should for how mass produced that was. Whereas stuff that you guys got, like that controller, there were only so many made. And Resident Evil is a very popular franchise that continues to put out really great games. So it's not something that people are like forget about. They're like, no, this is still good. I want whatever I can get from Resident Evil.
Let me pop this up really quick because I didn't see what number was on it, because they're all numbered too. But speaking of this Guitar Hero controllers, those ones were crazy too, because I went in on Friday, I went in to see Andy, my buddy who owns the game shop, and I saw he has an entire huge like bin full of like 40 guitars in there. And I'm like, oh, do these ones need to be worked on? He goes, no, these are the working ones. That bin over there is the one that has the ones that need to be worked on. I was like, oh my gosh. Let's see. So, okay. So this is 41,805 out of 50,000 units, released in 2005.
That seems like quite a few, though. Actually, 50,000 of those.
Yep.
It's a lot, but you don't see them, so I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, I never.
You don't see them, man. They're either hoarding them or they ET'd them. They buried them in some desert somewhere.
Oh, no way. If you do find them though, too, like trying to find one like complete in box, because they came like this, but actually, if you're lucky enough, you can find them in the shipping box. They were in a brown shipping box that it got sent to the to like GameStop and all that stuff. And if you're lucky, you'll find it like sealed, never been opened. But those are the ones that are like thousands of dollars.
Well, I'm guessing because they were numbered, you probably had to pre-order it then, right? Like since they were in limited quantity.
Nope.
No,
I don't think so.
Really?
Nope. They had them on the shelf. I remember going into GameStop one time. This was before I got this one. It was when they were first released. And I want to say there was a stack of like 10 of them on the counter at the back, just like stacked up like a pyramid. So I just remember that if I would have taken a picture and just been able to show you guys, like I can see it as clear as day in my mind's eye how they were all stacked. It's just,
I'm just thinking, where was
back in
I
the
at?
day.
Because I'd never seen that controller before I saw you put it on stream.
yeah.
Yeah,
different.
it was there. And like Dantron said, I think each GameStop got a certain amount. And if you add that up across the country, because at one point there was GameStop every goddamn 6 blocks.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you get your
200,000 of them.
50,000 units.
Yep. All right.
That's awesome.
Endgame, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of shift gears a little bit here. One of the peripherals I actually do really enjoy playing are actually light guns. So the first one that I had, of course, was the Zapper on the Nintendo that came with, Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. But my favorite franchise with light guns was on the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2. and that's the Time Crisis ones. The gun cons, I really enjoyed those. Enjoy them so much that I have a CRT TV in my house right now just so I can play those games. Because the Time Crisis games, one thing I really enjoyed about the Time Crisis games was that you got the arcade experience at home of the story mode and the 2 players, but they also packed additional content into the game that you felt like, yeah, this is an expensive peripheral. You know, it's more than your normal $50, $60 game. You have to pay for, you know, not only the game, but then you also have to pay for, of course, the gun inside, you know, for that as well. And you could play it with other games like Point Blank and some other games on there. But what I liked about it is you did get that extra content that you felt like, oh, I got this at home that the arcade doesn't even have. And I really enjoyed that about the Time Crisis games. And while, yeah, you can emulate those and that sort of stuff, it's just something's a little different playing it on a CRT TV where it's pinpoint accurate. And I just love the sound in it, the gameplay with the pedal, you know, ducking behind cover and reloading. And there's so many great gun peripherals that I'm sure you guys, you know, have or can talk in future episodes about. But I just wanted to talk about my favorite one, and that was the GunCon 1 and the GunCon 2 of Time Crisis.
So cool. Winbush, you were throwing up one too. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Continue.
I was gonna say I want to add the end game because this is Time Crisis, the 30th anniversary, because they just celebrated that. So it comes in its own console. This is the gun that comes with it, and then it comes with its own console that has Time Crisis, Point Blank, and still something. I forget what it is, but yeah, I mean it's pretty much the Time Crisis gun. It has a little engraving on there, except
That's
for this
awesome.
one is
That's
supposed to
super
be
cool.
AI or something. I don't know. It has a camera built inside of it, so you don't need any type of sensors on your TV or anything. It's not
Really?
it's not as pinpoint as the one that you have. Like the CRT is still the best way to play it, but if you just want something for your home unit, then I mean these are like $199 for the complete setup. So
Is it like when did you say it came out?
just a couple of months ago, like the end of
Oh,
last
okay,
year.
okay.
Yeah. So it started
That's
as
awesome.
a Kickstarter because yeah, I guess they had the tech or whatever, and Namco picked it up and put it out.
Oh,
Yes.
sealed.
And then is
Sealed.
that the
Vampire
GunCon
Knight.
1 or 2 in that one? The
That
2?
is the
Looks like two.
GunCon
GunCon 2. Yep.
and this is one of my favorite games, Vampire Knight. It is a great shooter.
Yep.
So
Great
just want
light
to show
gun.
the peripheral.
I wish they would bring light guns back. Like I don't know why consoles don't do. I guess because of the TV thing, right? But I don't know. I just wish it was. It's like one of my favorite genres. Like I hate
Yes.
that it went away.
They could do it. I mean, like PS3 did it with the
Yeah,
motion
true.
controllers and stuff. I got 2 of those guns, the MP5 guns sitting right there, and that was super accurate still. Like because they would use the camera and the ball would track. So that's one way you didn't need it. But then remember, was it PS2? I think that had like the sensors that you would hang over. Remember the
Yes,
Yep.
no.
yeah, and so they had. I mean, there's still. I
PS3.
think it. Yeah, was it PS3 did that too?
I think so.
Yeah. So, but I remember they.
I
Well,
think
PS4 you can
so.
do that too. I think the camera might still work. But, anyways, but Winbush, going back to that, I think it has something to do with how expensive all of that stuff is. Everybody's complaining about like $70 games alone. Can you imagine adding a light gun to one of those games now? You're talking 180, you know, they'd be close to 200 again. I mean, yours 200, it's great because it has like a mini PC. So it's all
Right.
in one, easy. You don't, but trying to add that onto an already, you know, $600 console and stuff. I mean,
But I
like,
feel like there's so many. Like if you still go to like Dave and Buster's and arcades and stuff, like they're still making light gun games. So it's the type of thing where you invent. Okay, so say a light gun is $60. There's games that they can port over from the arcade that are out there. Like you can't play Time Crisis 4 or 5 on a console. Like it's only in the arcade. So it's like you could port those games over and there'd be a whole plethora of games that never been available for home play.
I think that if, yeah, absolutely. But I think that if there's one, it's not really a console, but one thing that's set up perfectly for light gun games, it's VR. Like Meta
Yeah.
Quest 2. I mean,
Yeah.
it's perfect for light gun games because guess what? You have 2 light guns in your hands. So,
I
yeah,
get what you're saying, but I don't know. It's not this. Like I remember playing like Lethal Enforcers back in the day and
I know.
Mad
House of
Dog
the Dead.
and House of the Dead. Yeah, it's something about physically holding like a emulated gun in your hand and just pointing it at the screen. Like I see what you're saying with VR, but I don't know. It's kind of like you want to pull it out the holster and pull that trigger down, and yeah.
I agree.
You would almost need like the first party, like Sony, to develop a gun for their platform, and then hey, now Sega can come in with House of the Dead, and
Yeah.
Namco can come in with Time Crisis, and then they could do a collection, right? Make it worth their while. We don't need to invest in the gun. We release our collection for the easy money, right? The easy win with the fans, and we're developing a brand new game to further the franchise along. You know, where I don't know, like that, and you can make them digital, like some of the stuff too, where you can cut down on some of the costs too if you needed to. I don't know. There is a way.
Well, Switch 2 is kind of trying to do it with their mouse controls with the Switch 2 stuff.
Not the same.
I know.
They released House of the Dead remake on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I want to say, yeah. Anybody play that? Excuse me. Did anybody play that one? Do you know how it is? No.
I have it for PS5.
The House of the Dead.
Yeah, I'm
The
pretty
remake.
sure.
How do you play
Yeah,
it with a
remake.
controller or the dual,
Let me see. I
six
don't know.
axis?
Let me see.
I mean, I guess you could use a controller. I remember Virtua Cop on Dreamcast used a controller if you didn't have the gun, right?
Yep. They did
Yeah.
that also in Saturn too.
Right.
You can play Virtual Cop with the controller.
Because that was part of the problem back in the day. Like, didn't Lethal Enforcers, they had their own, like the blue and the pink guns?
Yep.
You know,
Right.
so like they were investing in all these different guns. Whereas if you had one standard one,
Stylistic.
oh, nice.
That's
So
cool.
this is
That's still
this is
sealed,
the
yeah.
remake limited edition. So it comes with the game, a lenticular, like poster zombie thing, character stand, stickers, whole bunch of stuff. Like the cover, you can't see it, but it's got like this lenticular thing, and it looks like the zombies are coming out. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
That is really cool. And it's still sealed. So you're looking at the back and it's showing you that it has those things, but you haven't actually touched them.
They need to give him a gun to give him a reason to open
No,
it.
that's why Wolfman has to own 2 versions of everything, because one that he can open and then one that he has to keep sealed.
Yeah.
See, I know.
I mean, I like the remake though. I got it on Steam when it was
Yep.
on sale for like $10, $15. It's not bad.
Yeah, the remake is good after it's been patched, because when it first came out, friggin' hot garbage, and then it took the community to do like random fixes to it. I mean, they didn't even have mouse support. Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't put a light gun game out with no mouse support. That's just dumb. Like,
Well, and there's
they're still
plenty of
dealing with
light
that.
guns on PC, so make it for those, you know?
I
Yeah.
know. Like, it's not anything too crazy. Like, they could have. I don't get it.
Add
House of the Dead
online
2.
support so me and you can play online together. So then we're both
Yeah.
buying a copy of the game.
I know one of my favorite online experiences recently had been I played through what is it? It's called Dead Containment. The graphics aren't great,
Oh yeah, I know
Right.
that
but
game. Yeah.
I played that one with my buddy Adam, and we went through the 3 levels that were available, or 4 levels, and that was a ton of fun playing through that game with him. So yeah, light gun games need to come back. They definitely need to come back.
It's my favorite genre. I wish, yeah, these companies are leaving money on the table all the time. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
100%.
Wolfman, you're up.
I am.
You're
Okay.
after Endgame. You guys were just kind of talking about light guns, so I just all
All
went
right.
together.
I'm going to show you. We've talked about a lot of cool things today in this episode. Now I'm going to show you one of the worst things of all time. This
Atari.
peripheral. No,
Is it the end? Oh, is it for Nintendo?
no.
It's its own
It's really-
standalone. It's its own standalone, right?
It came with a game.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the Tony
Oh.
Hawk Ride skateboard, and it is just. It's like I don't know. Remember back in the day when you were a kid and you would pick up some dog shit and put it in a brown paper bag and light it on fire?
Yeah.
Somebody would come out and step on it.
Yeah, both
That's
times. I remember those.
That's this. So
It's a Wii balance board.
it really is, and it's so funny the way they marketed it. It, like you could step on it and you could do ollies and do tricks. And I thought it was so cool, and I tried to do the tricks and nothing worked. And then I went online to see if mine was defective, and then you could just see the Dead Sea Scrolls worth of comments of people that are trashing this as the worst peripheral. It doesn't work. It doesn't do any of the advanced tricks. Plus, Tony Hawk Ride was just hot garbage to begin with. So this was just an epic fail across the board. And it's a shame because look, you got all these cool stuff like buttons and sensors and all this stuff, but it just didn't work.
Looks like you forgot to put the wheels on.
It looks like you threw it. Looks like you threw it through the wall a couple of times at the end.
Yeah. Well, it's had some use, as you could see.
Yeah.
So
heck yeah.
Because of Tony Hawk Ride, he keeps all of his stuff sealed now. He's like, I opened this, tried it, garbage. I'm not opening anything anymore.
Yeah, that's. But I mean, to be fair, it's still in one piece, right? You can't say that for all video game console or peripherals. So
yeah, I mean, it still works and stuff, but take that for what that means. It still works.
Does it work? Really?
Right.
No, could you use it for like snowboarding games or anything, or was it only that Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk Ride.
Just that one game.
Ride, yeah. And you just want it to ride right to hell after playing.
I mean, it looks like it would be perfectly set up for like a snowboarding game or something. Like, I'm surprised they didn't open it up to
Skater.
more.
Top Skater would be good too on that.
Cool borders.
Cool borders, yeah.
Yeah.
SSX.
Not a good peripheral.
Get tricky on there.
Yep. All right, Windbush. You're up,
brother. I'll pull this one out for Wolf.
Ooh.
No, we spoke about it earlier. But,
yeah.
Yes.
Talking about hot garbage. It's kind of half hot garbage and half not. So like this was a buy because I seen Dan, his video popped up again on the Virtual Boy, and I just had seen this pop up, so I was like, all right, YOLO, let me grab it just to see if it's any good. And like aesthetically, it looks like the Virtual Boy, right? Like I've only played it a couple of times in person, so it kind of holds up. And then at the bottom too, like it has the port for the controllers, kind of, but not really. Like it has the ports there, but it's only for aesthetics, so you can't plug anything into it. It's like literally almost just like a decal that's on there, I guess, for nostalgia's sake. So you put your Switch into the top of there, and then you close it up, and yeah, it's a Virtual Boy, and it only comes with 5 games that are hidden behind a paywall, which I didn't realize ever. Like I thought I was just going to be able to go on there, grab some Virtual Boy games, but they're like, no, you need Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack or whatever, which is like another $30 a year or something crazy, which I'm like, all right, fine, I'll play it. It came with 5 games. The games it came with was Golf, Tetris, Wario Land, a Japanese game, I'm not sure what it was, and Red Alert, which Red Alert is fine. Probably Wario Land's probably the best game that came out on it, but yeah, it's interesting. I knew when I bought it, I was probably going to play it, be like, yeah, that's the Virtual Boy, and then put it back up, just probably on the shelf.
Yeah,
but
to make it just look sexy over there. That's it. That's
like, I hope somebody could hack something into that so we be able to expand the library without having an online service, because that's my biggest pet peeve is like I bought the accessory, so I want to own the games to be able to play on there. And it's like if I don't get Nintendo Online, then it's pretty much just like just a paperweight at that point, which really sucks. So I'm hoping that the community does its work and find a way to open it up so that you can actually have it physically, like not just behind the Switch wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Virtual Boy is weird, dude. Like some of the games aren't really expensive. A couple of them are good. I mean, when I say a couple, like probably 4 or 5. I mean, out of the 15 or so that I really like. But I have a legit Virtual Boy, and I've been looking at wanting to get a Virtual Boy like RAM cart. There's a lot that are fairly cheap, but they're one game. You got to load the game on there. You can play it. Then you got to put a different game on there. I don't want that. I want a RAM cart that I can put all the games on there and I can use it. But those are like $200, $250. I'm not doing that. But I'm closer to doing that than you are.
Well, the thing that's crazy too was like, I don't know if the original Virtual Boy does this, but that red tint, you could pull it off. So you could play it without the red tint and just have it with the
No, I don't think you could do that.
Which is weird, but yeah, I was excited too to get the controller, because that controller too is like the only one that has 2 D-pads, if I remember right.
Yep. It's a cool controller.
I thought you were going to be able to get the controller, and you can't even, well, not yet. I'm pretty sure they'll probably sell a controller later on down the line or something, but
That'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, because right now you still have to use the Joy-Cons, right?
Yeah, which is 2 thumbsticks, which the Virtual Boy games weren't designed for thumbsticks, they were designed for D-pads.
D-pads.
So it's like, yeah.
How could you not include Mario Tennis in that
Right.
group of 5?
That
It's one of the best games of the
Yep.
14 or 15 games.
And it's one
It
of the
is so
cheapest.
stupid.
Now,
Yeah.
can you hook up 2 to 4 of those and play 4-player LAN Mario Tennis Virtual Boy?
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, in theory, possibly for if there was a way to do it, it would be on the Switch or Switch 2, because the online capability. I mean, my legit Virtual Boy, like, there's no outputs on that. Nope,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So
Did any of you guys get into that Labo stuff, like the cardboard stuff from the Switch one?
I did.
And you didn't learn your lesson?
I know. Like I said, it was a yellow buy. I saw Dan's short come up with Wario, and it's like since I was a kid, I always wanted one. Like I remember playing it at Kmart, and it just like I'm into tech, right? So I always thought it was just cool technical wise, and yeah, Nintendo got me. The ad came up. I was like, all right, I bought it. It came 4 days later, and I'm just like, yeah, I knew I was gonna kind of regret it once I got it.
Look,
It's-
that's all right.
yeah.
It's one of those things, us being the Kmart kids. That's what I was, a Kmart kid. So it's like,
Yeah.
but the Virtual Boy, that I will tell you, it is a cool piece to have sitting on a shelf. It does look cool. It does have, like, when people walk up, and I call it the green room. It's no longer green. It's been painted something else. But where I have a lot of my nicer stuff just kind of sitting up. Well, I say that, but it's all over the place. But and it's just sitting up there all cool. And that's one of the things that when people notice, they go, "Ooh, you got one of those things." They don't even know what it's called. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
that's
Virtual Boy. But they go, most of them go, "Does it work?" I'm like, "Yeah, you want to play it?" And they're like, "Sure." And then I put it on for like 10 minutes, and they're like, "Yeah,
yeah, they hit it.
that was pretty cool." Until it started hurting my face. Like,
My
I know.
cerebellum's bleeding.
I know it's great. It's great for a half an hour, but then you're gonna be questioning your life choices after that.
Yeah, and I figured $99. I mean, it's for that, that sake, put it up on the game shelf. I thought, it's worth it in that respect because I wanted a legit one forever, and at least locally, they still go about 250 and up. Like people aren't coming off those at all, so it was cheaper to buy the Switch version than to go legit.
That's
Yeah.
actually something I never thought about, Wimbush, when you said you wanted to own your games. Because, like, I have like the Nintendo games on there and the Super Nintendo, which I have them elsewhere. So I never really thought, oh, it'd be nice to buy this for $5 or whatever and have it like we used to do with the Virtual Console on the Wii. But that's a really great point because, like, once Nintendo decides to pull the plug on that, it's gone, and now you have this piece of junk that you can't play anything on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like, you
it's not
should be
even-
able to pay $5 a game if you really want Mario Tennis to own it, type of a thing.
So I'm gonna say this, and I'm not condoning any of that stuff. You can mod Switches, and you can put ROMs on there. That's all I'm gonna say about that kind of stuff. I'm not
Sure.
I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not
But
saying that I
Nintendo
do it.
should have a way that you can do it without having to
Look,
do that.
if
Yeah,
they
it's
can
like, I
sit-
want to give you money. Let me give you money.
Yeah, if
It's
they
like-
Right.
so-
dude. So there's 3 things going on with Nintendo, and I'm just gonna touch on it really fast. So
Uh-oh.
if they want to push the freaking Fortnite model of basically like live service. That's what they're doing with their online services, right? It's called excuse me, constant money coming in. That's money, revenue all the time. They don't have to worry about it. It's all digital. But excuse me. But then they just announced that they're releasing Leaf Green and Fire Red, but they're not on the service, and you have to pay $20 a piece for them. But you're paying to buy them digitally, which you're not buying them, you're leasing them. So why are those independent and you can pay for those ones digitally until you decide you're going to pull those back again, like you freaking always do. And then they got still some physical cuts, like straight up, like for the Pokemon, whatever anniversary it is that's coming up, 30 years, is it? Whatever the anniversary is, you should release a freaking like Pokemon old school collection physical. Those games aren't big in size, and then you have the physical games on there. They don't want that. Like they just don't want. Again, I'm gonna touch on something too. It's like that's not just all Nintendo. The Pokemon Company and Game Freak, they're separate entity. I get it. So they have like different things going on there, but I'm like, dude, you got like 3 different ways that you're like serving up this stuff. Technically 4 with game key cards, which is just a fancy digital version.
Yeah.
So that's my thing is I don't like, and I'm just gonna say this one last time, and it comes up all the time, is I don't like the fact that I'm paying to license to play games on stuff and I don't own it anymore. Retro
Yeah.
resurgence is happening because freaking you buy a SNES game or a Genesis game and you own that game. I don't have to, oh yeah, it needs updates. No, you own the
Yep.
game. It's done. I can go back there in 10 years, 10 months right now. I could walk upstairs. I could pull out a game that I had when I was like 6 and I could throw it in
Yep.
and be like, all right, it works. Right.
Yeah.
They're gearing towards like not doing that anymore. It's crazy.
I think you can have your cake and eat it too. Like I I don't know why they don't have it, why they have it one way or the other. Like you can have your online service for the people that want that, but also make it available for people that want to purchase as well, is all I'm saying. Like if you have people that want to buy it, let them buy it. But if you have people that only want to rent it, whatever, let them do that as well. Like have options. Like don't just,
Yep.
I think
They've lost their way, Nintendo.
Well, I think there's another thing going on too, because I think down this rabbit hole, and Winbush, this is a good question for you too, is I think, and it might be for you, I wonder if you agree, but I think it has something to do with the more formats that they let a game come out on, the less control they have.
Mhm.
Piracy is a big deal, but again, you're charging people to pay for things that are no longer theirs. Then if they take it from you, technically that's not stealing because, so, but if they go along all these different avenues for the same game, they might be able to control this one and this one well, but they can't control the physical as well, right? If it comes out, so it's easier for that stuff to be dumped and all that stuff. So I can kind of see for them wanting to not do that anymore. They already have physical stuff out there, and that's just the way that it is. But if they could reel that stuff back like what they've been doing and then just sell it to somebody else, digitally, then for their business model, that makes more sense for them. But that might be why they don't want the cake and eat it too, because they can't control all that stuff when it goes physical either.
Right.
At the bare minimum, it should be somewhat like Game Pass. Game Pass obviously has its own flaws, but where, hey, you're paying for the service so you can play it as part of that subscription fee that you're paying, or you don't have to pay for the service. You can just buy the game by itself. Or if you are paying for the service, like you are, Wimbush, for Nintendo Online, and you go, I don't want to buy all these games, but you know what? Mario Tennis, I really want that game. So you get a discount if you're already paying for the subscription service. Let's say you get 10% off any purchase if you're in there. So now you're still paying for their subscription service, but now you own that game if they decide to pull it for some reason. Like to me, that's a win-win.
Yeah.
And sorry to derail it. Nintendo just drives me crazy with that stuff. So
Me
and the
too.
virtual boy
Sega!
was like the last thing. I was just like, man, I was excited to get it, to play it. Then there's like I had to subscribe to another tier of Nintendo Online, and you get that,
That's
and they're
absurd.
holding games back. Like in-game is like, oh, play F-Zero. I'm like, oh, okay, let me play F-Zero. No, it's not out yet. It's like, when's it coming out? Soon. It's like
It's going to come out when they raise the price of Nintendo Switch Online. So you're going to be
Oh my
excited
gosh.
to play Zero Racers, and then they're going to double the price on you.
That's what's going to happen. Okay, so quick window. This is just me, so we can talk about this in another 4 or 5 months, but this is what I foresee happening. I foresee them not raising the price of the Nintendo Switch 2, but I do foresee them raising the price of their subscription service to offset that.
Yep.
So mark my words. All right, let's go through. I'm going to do this one, and then we're going to do one more round, and then we'll call it. All right. So this is the end of the third round. We're going to call this one. So the peripheral I'm going to show right now goes along with this. It goes Sega Marine Fishing on Dreamcast, or Sega Bass Fishing would be the other game. And it is the Sega Dreamcast fishing rod controller. Dude, this thing is freaking dope. When you're doing it, no, it does. I will tell you, they missed the boat on one aspect. They needed to have a rumble feature built into this. They did not have a rumble feature built in. They could have put like a clip for the rumble, like you could have just like the VMU slot and put something like that in here and had a rumble. That's the one thing that this is missing. But it does have the tilt sensor. It does have the tilt sensor. Everybody just popping up in here. So when you're tilting down and reeling, you could pop up and you hook the fish and you turn it, and anybody that's played this game knows it's a lot of fun.
It
has a cool, you can move around and all that kind of stuff. The buttons. It has a great feel to it. Look at you, Wolfman. Yep, exactly.
I got it because of you.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
You're like fentanyl, man.
I know. I'm like
Said
that,
bad
and I just
influence.
exactly like Winbush. I'm sorry to everybody else. I'm like I'm sorry. I'm your retro video game drug pusher. I apologize. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to touch on this. I love this controller. It's a lot of fun. There's not a whole lot of games you can play on it, but the kids love playing with this. Anybody
Yeah,
can
it's
easily
amazing.
get into it. It's really easy to play. It's a lot of fun to play too because you see who's going to catch the biggest fish, and it's fun. It's fun. So if you guys get a
It's pretty
chance
amazing.
to check this out at any time, they're not super expensive. I mean, to find a good shape one, like mine's in pretty good shape, it's probably going to be around, I don't know, 75, $80 now because everything's getting more expensive. But and all Dreamcast games are expensive now too. But still, if you get a chance, pick that one up. It's freaking awesome. All right, end game, last round. Let's start it.
Real quick, can you play
Yeah.
2-player co-op and be battling against the same fish trying to catch it?
No.
Oh, that
I
would have
don't
been
think-
cool.
I don't think you can. I don't. That's why I was like, no, I don't think we do. But no, this one's a single player. I didn't grab bass fishing, so that one is probably the same because it was a little bit of an older version. Marine fishing was the one that I thought was cooler. It's a cooler game. You catch sailfish and all kinds of
Mhm.
stuff in it. So
Let's
anyways.
make this last round the lightning round
Yep.
Yep.
because it's getting to be almost an hour and a half.
Yep.
Yeah,
lightning round
mine's-
it is.
I'm piggybacking off of Skylanders anyway with the Disney Infinity, where they do have the Star Wars, the Disney,
Heck yeah.
you got your Marvel, and then you put in your levels, your DLC levels. But the one thing I wanted to show off real quick is this was a collector's edition thing where you could have a whole bunch of them
Holy smokes!
all
What the heck?
battling it out.
What in the fentanyl is that?
Is that a portal or is that a stand? Like, is that functional?
No, this is it glows up and it lights up and stuff like that, but it's not actually like
Dude,
you can't actually play six
I
or
was
8
getting-
or whatever.
I was getting ready to fire up eBay, dude. I was like, what is that? I must have it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So anyway, I just wanted to show that off real quick, but
Oh,
yeah,
That's nuts.
we'll go on to Wolfman.
Holy smokes.
All
that's-
right. So for my lightning round, I showed this before, I think, on another episode. So I'm just going to show 2 quick things because one isn't really that interesting. This is something I found at my friend's store, and I don't think I'll ever play it, but it's Nintendo DS, and it's like this dog, and you put the game in, and you control the dog's movements through the game. And like it barks, it like moves its head, like you train it, and then like all this stuff. I forget, it's called Wappy Dog, and it comes with all this stuff, and it's like you can interact, it's got a personality, you train, you customize it. And I've never seen this, I never heard of it.
Mm.
And when I saw it in the box, it's so unique that I wanted to have it. So I'll never play it though.
And again, yeah, it's never been open. So you don't know if it does any of those things.
All right, so my quick other thing, and I showed Dantron this. I
I
saw
still
this
want
at my
those.
friend's store, and this is the Super Multi-Tap for the Super Nintendo,
So
and it's
cool.
super cool. You like plug this in, take this out, put it in your Super Nintendo, and you got 4 slots where you could play with your friends.
Hmm.
And it's super cool.
There was
You don't
only a
see
few-
this often. So
Yeah, there was only a few games that used that though, wasn't there? There was like 6
yeah,
or
like
something.
Bomberman. It was like Bomberman, Super Bomberman 1,
Some
Super
football.
Bomberman 2. It was a football game.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was only
Tecmo football or something.
We need a 4-player mod of Super Mario Kart. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
Yep.
there are mods out there, so I would imagine there's probably something.
Hook up
Imagine
4
Super
controllers, Super Nintendo controllers, and play. Battle
Scope.
mode.
We had like 4 super scopes hooked up at once.
Oh,
my
jeez.
God.
The amount
Man.
of batteries that you would need.
Oh my gosh, dude. All right, Winbush.
All right, so I'm gonna throw in another wild card. It's behind me. So that is a 3D printer. It's the
Heck yeah.
Bamboo P2S. And bear with me. The reason I say that is because you can 3D print your own peripherals. Like this is my Nintendo Switch. Like I hate the Switch, like playing it handheld because my hands will cramp up. So I actually 3D printed grips for the back of it. It attaches to the Switch, and that way you can play it. And it's almost like an Xbox controller, right? So I did the same thing for my ROG Ally. I got some
That's
grips
awesome.
for that too. 3D printed that. a 3D printed a gun holster. So we're talking about light guns. Got like a gun holster, 3D
That's
printed,
super cool.
and my favorite ones that I've been working on. So this is a stand for displaying up your retro consoles. So you can put like your retro consoles. If you see behind me,
Oh
I got
yeah.
like the Dreamcast, the Saturn. I got like the controllers hovering above it. So yeah, I say like every gamer needs a 3D printer just so you can like 3D print any type of peripheral that you can think of up. And yeah, I only had
That's
mine since
awesome.
December, and I just been having a blast, like just designing peripherals and
That
printing them up and doing all types of crazy stuff. Like my wife, I think she's getting annoyed. 'Cause I'm just like, every time we see something, I'm like, I could 3D print that. We're just 3D printing away. So
yeah. Adam's been teasing me. He's like, Dan, you have way too many ideas. You need a 3D printer. I'm like, no, I don't need a 3D
that's what
printer.
happened with me.
I
Yeah.
know. I'd be printing everything. I'd be printing random weird stuff like, oh, I need our forks sit a little crooked in the fork drawer. Let me add this additional spacer that will lock them in place. I'm serious. I'd be
Yeah,
doing
that's
weird
exactly
stuff.
what, yeah. Or even obscure stuff. Like I 3D printed, I wish I can't find it for my Wii. I 3D printed like an actual light gun holster for the Wii. So I fit a Wii controller in there. Then it's like you have a a light gun just like that. So
I remember
That's awesome.
you used to use that on your Vuelix. I saw that one,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yep.
Nice. All right.
Take us home, Dan.
All
Take
right,
us home.
this is gonna be the last. I'm looking at some other something. All right, I'm gonna just do this one. Okay, so this is an odd peripheral that some people might see, but I want you to know it is functional, and it was functional in this game. I don't remember if I used it. I don't remember if I used it in Fallout 76, but it is a peripheral for Fallout 4. I actually bought it was a limited edition release on Fallout 4, and it is the Pip-Boy add-on. And what's cool about this Pip-Boy add-on is this is just cardboard right here. Let me try and flip it. So this is just cardboard, but all these things like turn and make noise. But actually this part opens up. Where's it at? Oh, I gotta undo it to open it. But it opens up and you can put your phone inside here. So and then you would hook your phone up, basically the app, the Pip-Boy and Fallout app, and it would sync to the game. So actually the in-game map would be on my wrist. So as I'm
that's
playing,
dope.
I would look down and I could watch the map and I could cycle through
cool.
my my inventory and stuff, like looking what it is. I couldn't select anything on there, but being able to look down and just see where I am on the map or look at what mission I'm on and stuff, it was really, really cool. And then, the fact that it lights up and stuff too is pretty dope. But yeah, I haven't tested it to see if it still works, if the app is still there. I imagine it probably is, but yeah, it's cool. So it's got like a metal, like this is all metal stuff. Like this locking mechanism is metal. Has a strap. You strap it in, but the inside has like a nice little like padded. It's like padded on the inside, so it doesn't hurt or anything. So like this is all like cushion inside here. And then let's see. So this is how it opens. And see, and then you can put your phone inside there. See, I had my phone specifically set up so I could take this piece off, put the phone behind it, and then it kind of blacks out everything else around it.
Really neat.
Yeah, it is pretty dope.
See, I remember seeing that. I thought it was just like a collectible, like a statue type of a thing. I didn't know it was actually functional. That's cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and look, there's even like a little R32 battery for the light, for turning the lights on and on. But yeah, dude, it's cool. It was really cool. I like this thing. It was fun to use. Now it, like you said, it just kind of sits there and looks sexy. But it
You gotta start wearing it out. You gotta put that in your power glove on and
Dude,
just walk
Yeah,
around.
power glove on the right hand.
So yeah, that's a funny joke. These guys are making jokes, but those of you, like 6 of you that are watching this right now, I do randomly drive around with my power glove on just so I can wave at people and make them smile for no apparent reason because I got a power glove on. Yes, I am that weirdo. But yeah,
Has anybody actually recognized it and knew what it was?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Not
Props.
always, but yep. And you get love for it too. But yeah, I could totally walk around wearing this thing. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, like the show."
I mean,
Yeah, did you know they made games about that show?
What?
Just
No
like The
way.
Last of Us.
No way. I know. Like they made a game about The Last of Us? No way.
2 of them.
Anyways, so that's it. I think that's enough, dude. I got so many peripherals, but I think that's probably a good spot for us to stop. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
lot of good
Perfect.
stuff.
90 minutes on the nose.
Some awesome stuff in this episode, guys.
Dude, there's
Yeah.
some cool things that we've talked about. It's been fun. Um, I want to say thank you to Endgame for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang with us. I appreciate it. I know you've been busy, and I'm glad that it worked out that
Yeah.
you could be here. Anybody else that's watching this, make sure you check out Endgame's channel, Endgame Arcade on YouTube. He puts out great stuff, informative. Like he's one of those friendly, like your friendly neighborhood code pusher. So like his Speedstorm codes and stuff are always coming out. He's always touching base on new updates for he's very involved in a drive community and stuff. So with Arcade One and stuff. So if you want any information on that, visit his channel. You won't be disappointed.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Winbush, thank you also to you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're just as busy as all of us are. So it was great to have you here again. I appreciate it. I love the fact that you're just as big a nerd as all of us. You brought some great stuff. Your channels, dude, you have 2 channels, which is crazy. And you already touched on one of them. Those of you out there, he has, check him out. His Winbush channel is where he talks about all of his things with Unreal Engine 5 and his motion capture, and I'll let him touch on that in a second. And then his Winbush Gaming, where he's got some really fun codes that he puts out all the time and everything that for like random hidden access codes for, I mean, he just did one on Goonies 2 a while ago. We worked together on a Estal one. It was a lot of fun, and those are just those strike memories for me. Like, oh, dude, I remember doing this code, or oh shoot, I wish I would have known this code back when I was a kid. And then so thanks, man, for hanging out.
Thank you as always. It's always fun to geek out. Like I would do this over anything else. So anytime you guys need me on, let me know. I'm there.
Love that jacket too, by the way.
Heck yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
People in my neighborhood, I go hiking with this on, and people look at me weird. They're like, what?
No
if you
way.
know, you know, right?
Yeah, dude, it's dope. And then Wolfman, I couldn't do it without you. I mean, I would, but it's not as fun without you. I'm glad that you've been able to be on this journey with me for the past couple of years. It's been a ton of fun. I appreciate you. You always brings like such great knowledge, and man, your peripherals that you bring out too. You talk about me, but you got some crazy stuff too. Like that one Atari one that you didn't even talk about with the freaking red
that's
stick.
for next time. Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
I'll do
there's
that
so
next time.
many peripherals you got. But
Yeah.
I just want to say thanks to everybody for hanging out. And then Endgame, I want to give you a minute or two to just kind of give a push for your channels. Tell us anything new that's coming up. What do we got to look forward with you?
Yeah, I got a review of a 2-player Elite Retrocade, and I got something from Arcade Adam cooking. So 3D printing, Winbush.
Nice.
Stay locked on the channel. We'll find out.
Absolutely.
Nice. And Winbush, what do we got looking out from that's coming from you?
My main channel where I do tutorials and everything. I have some sponsored content coming out. One with it's called Wonder Studio. It's actually ran by, or it was started by Steven Spielberg. So he's been experimenting with motion capture AI. So I'm doing a collaboration video with them, just kind of showcasing the product. So check for that maybe in like a week or two. And then yeah, my Winbush Gaming, just always putting out different there's codes for the different nostalgia games. I did Pac-Man for the PC Engine last week. I'm waiting on Dan to give me some more suggestions for what I'm trying to hit up next week. But yeah, it's just been a ton of fun going back and checking those old games and seeing if they have cheat codes and putting that out. And like Dan said, it strikes a chord for people because there's games they forget about or they didn't even know had cheat codes. So it's just been a ton of fun putting those together.
Right on, dude. Well, again, you guys, thanks. This has been so much fun. We'll do a supplemental
Whoa,
episode.
hold on one
Hey,
second.
you said you forgot Wolf.
Go ahead,
I
Wolfman.
got something I want to say. First off, Jamie or Endgame is a very good friend, and I think you really need to check out his channel because he does everything right. Like it's just got that sultry voice. He takes you through the quarter munchers and like all that stuff. Great reviews and good stuff. And I'm glad to get to know Winbush and hopefully he considers me a friend. I do. I really am enjoying your channel and enjoying chatting with you about all this stuff. And I might not have a channel, but I'm your friendly neighborhood pimp, and I got a couple hard legs cooking in the background. But now I'm just kidding.
Your son has a channel.
Yeah, your son has a
Your
channel.
son has a channel, Wolfman.
That's okay. I don't want to plug that. I want to plug Dan Trons because, as he knows, my free time has been going through his channel, and I have spent a nice amount of time in the past week going back, and because I missed all of his shorts. I wasn't able to ever like or comment on it because I wasn't able to through YouTube. But he convinced me to get a TikTok account, and I literally have it just to comment on his videos. So
Worth it.
whenever I'm bored, I sit down, I go back, I scroll through, I rewatch all the shorts again, and I get to like and comment all that. And I've been having a ball doing that. And I got to be honest with you, I have picked up a lot of things watching Dantron's videos, like Resident Evil, Outbreak, File Number 2, and I just like a lot of newer stuff that I didn't even know that game existed. I thought I had it. Thought I had Outbreak, and I'm like, what? There's an Outbreak 2? And then like so I think I know a lot, but I'm still learning, and I'm still learning basically from these three. I mean, I always pick up something from Endgame's channel, something I didn't know, and he's always telling me about stuff on threads that we're in, and same with Winbush and Dantron. So, you know, you guys have just been a wealth of knowledge to me. And like Dantron's always said, it's great to finally have some friends that I could geek out with and nerd out with and you know, share all of this stuff. Like I get excited when I see like cool stuff like that chainsaw controller. Would I
Yeah.
want it? Sure, I would want it, but I love just seeing like, you know, the stuff that you guys have, and it's just it's awesome, man. It's you know, it's my hobby, it's my life, and it's been great to be on this journey. So
I
if you get
appreciate
a
it.
chance, please go to Dantron's channel, subscribe, like, check out these retro shorts, check out the stuff that he does. All three of these guys are just they're cutting edge in the gaming community, and I love that I get to kind of be a part of this, you know, on the outside. So I appreciate it, guys.
We gotta figure out a collaboration at some point. We gotta all collab on a video, put it out there because they have the collaboration feature on YouTube now. So I mean,
We are collaborating right now.
Yeah, we are.
yeah. I mean, like on a like a video. Like I don't know. We got or even like a live stream. Maybe we all get
Yeah.
together and do like a collaborative live stream.
I think we should do you know how D Thomas does that podcast? I think with the four of us, the knowledge that we have, if we put out like a bi-weekly podcast on gaming, I think it would be super fire, man.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
sit and talk for half an hour, 45
That's it.
minutes.
Just about gaming, like what's going on, games coming out, like the
2
state.
hours later, 3 hours later, we're
That's the
still talking.
challenge. That's the
I
challenge.
mean, look at that state of play from PlayStation. I mean, I could talk about that for another hour, literally, with the games that are coming out,
Yep, and-
Castlevania and
and-
all that stuff.
And I can complain about Nintendo for a long
I
time.
was
Oh,
gonna say I
okay.
could put 3 hours in just about how Nintendo's been grinding my gears lately. So
Mm-hmm.
Right on. All right. Well, to those of you that stayed till the end, thanks. And then for those of you that are on this a law episode with me, Winbush, Endgame, Wolfman, thanks again. Later.
all right, y'all. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.